G'day viewers, welcome to this week's PB's Retro Restorations. This week I'm doing this Dinky 270 Ford Escort police car. It's been sent all the way from England by regular viewer and contributor Ben, who also sent me some other goodies as well. Thank you very much, Ben. Dinky pumped these out for quite a few years. They made the regular rubber wheeled version, whiz wheeled versions, and then they brought out a range of model kits and they included this as one of them. I didn't even really know much about these. Martin Dabb suggested to me that owing to the amount of paint that was on this thing and the amount of glue that was in it, it might have been one of these model kits. So I suspect he's right, it had a screw base. At any rate, let's get crack-a-lacking on this one, get it apart and see if we can't turn back the hands of time and take it back to its former glory. So I had pulled the base off this before because I just wanted to see if it would come off, and it wouldn't come off. It was glued on there solid. So here I'm taking the base off, and now I'm going to try and take the interior out. Proved to be quite a challenge because a lot of this glue, and it was super glue, the old super duper, that had got into all the cracks around the interior, so I had to gently cut it with a knife and try not to break it. Of course I did break some of it, but that's okay, that's what we do here. For those of you waiting for me to slice my fingers open, which is probably the fate I deserve using tools in this manner, you're going to be sorely disappointed, sorry. So I'm having a look at the interior. That seat should fold forward too, shouldn't it? Good. Oh, it would if it had been glued into spot by all the super glue, so I snapped the tab off it. That was going to get worse before it got better. Boot out, glass out, all starts falling apart now. Pop that little sign off the top. The doors though, the doors would not come off because, again, of the super glue. But I'm back to using caustic soda, viewers. I've actually finally been able to get some at the shop, so kind of hoping when I put it in the caustic, that'll free up the glue, the doors will fall off, everything will be disco done. You may have noticed on the turntable at the start, one of the axles, I think it's the front one, is miles too long. The wheel sticks all the way out with the guards. I can't imagine they made you cut those yourself. I'm sure they were probably supplied in the box. At any rate, a little bit of a squeeze of the axles and the hubs slide off pretty easily, so I was pleased with that. So here I am just lining it up nice and straight so I can get some good quality photographs of the decals on the doors, or decals if you prefer, stickers or whatever they are, just so I can edit them and modify them on the computer and print my own set of them. You'll notice on here that the original builder actually left the grille bare metal, so it was a different colour of the body, which is really quite clever. Not something I'll be replicating, but you know, it was pretty cool, I thought. Anyway, into some hot water for the caustic soda bath, and the paint came right off this one, viewers. Alright, I hope you all get a good laugh of me trying to fish the parts back out of the bowl. I've sped it up, but this took me forever, and I kept trying to grab the doors and parts. I kept dropping them and should put like yakety sax over the top, give it a bit of a Benny Hill flavour. But anyway, my problems are, you know, your amusement. Etc, etc. I did get it out in the end. So as predicted, the caustic soda made short work of the glue that was holding the doors on, but some of it did hang around and stick on it. I don't know what, must have been some special 70s type super duper. Probably some special Martin Dead Dinky Reserve super duper, I don't know. But nothing the Dremel and some, you know, wire brushing and 3M brushing won't fix. It was really caked on in places. All right. Oh, if you're new here, viewers, and this is your first time watching one of my videos, sadly I try and do my own sound effects sometimes, and some people love them, some people despise them. Well, you know, I suppose this is where I'm supposed to say the influencer thing and say, let me know what you think about them in the comments. Do you like them? Do you hate them? Oh, ha ha ha. Either way, they're here to stay. We can't, you know, gotta mix it up. So I'm having a crack at matching that paint myself. Wanted to get it pretty close, and I think I did. Although when you watch the, before and after magic reveal, you probably notice how much of a difference there is, but it's pretty close. It's pretty close. It's not a video, it's not a PB video unless something goes wrong. So strap yourself in, here it comes. So drawing up some of my own decals again, just going to measure them to size, use the verniers to get a... I find that, I've said this before, when I measure this to be like 20mm, but when I print it out, it'll actually be 18.7 or 19mm. It's never the exactly 20mm. I just wish that if you want it, you put in the computer you want it 20mm, it came out on the printer as 20mm. That would save me so much grief. That's what. Anyway, I have to do test printing, and after I measured these and printed them out, they still weren't quite right, so I canoodled them again and got them close enough to. I'm just painting some white where the license plate's going to go, just so because I use clear decal paper, and if you don't put white behind some of the colours, especially yellow and things like that, they don't show up properly. So a bit of detail painting. When you have a look at the still shots at the end, don't look too close. I missed a couple of spots, but sometimes when I'm doing it, I can't see it with my eyes. But when I'm editing it on a phone and watching on the TV, all the mistakes and foibles come to light, don't they? So after clear coating the decals with white knight, acrylic varnish, and giving them adequate time to dry, they're ready to just be cut, stuck in water and applied like you would any normal car decals, or model kit decals I should say. So you may recall me at the start saying one of those axles was really long. So now as I come to reassembly, it's the time to chop it and make it right. So here's all our parts ready to be refurbished and put back together. Now I've copped out, and the seats that I broke, I did break both of them, and I've glued them in. I figure no one's playing with them anymore. It is a shame that it's lost that original functionality, but I'm not sure what else I could have done without some fairly major surgery, so you'll have to forgive me, Ben. I'm very sorry that happened. But at least nothing like that's happened to your MG, right? Yet? So you may have also noticed that the steering wheel was missing, but I had to dig through some other toy cars. I found a dinky black London cab, Ashton and Xavier. I think you gave me that one, and it was busted up really bad. I was able to use the steering wheel out to fix this one, so thanks very much, boys. It really came in handy for me. Now, Martin, if you're watching, I think I had a go at you the other day about assembling cars. I think, yeah, with your Steed Bentley, I said, oh no, you're supposed to put that part in first. And here I am, I've completely forgot to put the bonnet in, so I had to pull half of mine apart too, so we're as good as each other, mate. So the interior wouldn't quite go in properly, and I found out what the issue was. The stem on that steering wheel was just that little bit too long that it was interfering with the doors and some other metal parts inside. So I just trimmed it back and the problems were solved. So a little bit of blackwash in the grill, which is probably a bit of overkill as far as detailing goes, and we are done. So here we are back at the start with our, well loved, and actually I suspect this probably wasn't played with a lot. It was probably built as the kit out of the box, played with a bit maybe. It's lost a bit of paint. That might have been just down to the poor adhesion of the original enamel, I don't know. But at any rate, I thought I could do with a refresh. I don't know what else to tell you, viewers. This is what I started with. Thank you once again, Ben, for sending it to me. And this is what we're left with now. Ta-da! Looking $1 million now. Fresh paint. No replacement parts here. Just everything refurbished and reassembled. The old Bill is ready to chase down the criminals and blaggers of Old Blighty. That's my best, English. I watched a lot of Bill back in the 90s. Sorry, that's where I get all my English, police terminology from. Sorry. So if you've made it this far into the video, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. If you've liked what you've seen here and you'd like to see some more, just click on one of those links. If you think you might like to subscribe, just click on my ball nut there in the middle of the screen. I have a new video every second Friday, and I sure hope to see you again. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you next time. Bye!